Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of You Like That Extra with me. My name is Adam, and I am one half of the You Like That Extra podcast.
My name's Jack. I'm the other half of the You Like That Extra podcast.
Choking on yourself there a little bit.
A little bit.
Yeah, we talked for a long time. Guys, welcome back again to the extra midweek review. We gave you guys a new set of choices. We made it Scarlett Johansson themed and kind of copped out and went with a movie that is primarily Joaquin Phoenix, but it's a lot of Scarlett Johansson's voice, so it still counts, so shut up. We're going to be talking about the movie Her today. Rather really nice, emotional, different kind of film. Very out there, as said, primarily led by Joaquin Phoenix. Scarlett Johansson is more or less just a operating system voice, but it's a very comforting voice in this movie.
Yep.
So
until it's not.
Exactly right. Until it's really heartbreaking. All right. So Her came out 2013. This was directed by Spike Jonze,
who you all know from the any old lady bit on Jackass.
Yep. He wrote all the Jackasses as well. Wrote most of the movies.
And every single music video you've ever seen, pretty much, is Spike Jonze.
Yeah.
He has done so many.
He is just all about him. And he came out of the woodworks and decided to crack a love movie. So runtime of 126 minutes, budget of 23 million, raked in 48.3 million in the box. Obviously, this is more of a film fest type movie, not a massive theatrical run. It's not a
almost indie, but it's a bit too big to be indie.
Yeah,
but
definitely
it's
garnered
got shades of indie.
Yeah, it garnered its sales more from DVD releases afterwards and such, streaming and all that good stuff. Rotten Tomatoes score, though, 94% in the critics, 82% in the audience.
Yep.
So
doesn't surprise me at all. It's
so
definitely a critics' darling movie.
Definitely is. It's a lot of them to fucking work on with that one. So, as said, starring Joaquin Phoenix, Scarlett Johansson, Amy Adams, Chris Pratt. Then you've also got two quick little voice-over bits from Kristen Wiig and also Bill Hader.
Yep.
You would not know until you look up and see that they are those voices.
Even to this very second, I don't remember who Bill Hader was.
Yeah, apparently he was just a chat room friend. And I don't recall that scene at all.
Nope.
Kristen Wiig is the sexy kitten voice.
Yep.
And I was like, I couldn't even have put my finger on that listening to it for the second time.
God, no.
And I was like, yeah, that blew me out of the park there. But all right, she's fucking in it. All right, so Her. Jack, give us your rundown. What do you think of this movie? How do you take it?
Boy, I just love this movie so much. I've loved it since the first time I saw it. It's catastrophically heartbreaking, but it's also really fucking beautiful and nice and makes you go, hey, love ain't so bad.
Yeah.
And love takes many shapes and forms. Doesn't matter what form or shape it takes, it's still love. Love rules, love wins, until it doesn't. And then it's catastrophic and heartbreaking.
Yeah.
I do like that it's not a nice ending at all. Sort of. Yeah, sort of. He learns the value of friendship.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
But yeah, it's just like, I don't know, it's like you should be so bored watching a man talk to himself pretty much. Because he is just talking to himself the whole time.
Yep.
But you're not. It's just a gorgeous little nice movie.
Yeah.
It's just very nice.
It is. It's very quaint. It's very...
And it builds character and relationships so incredibly through very unconventional means.
Yeah, 100%. I'm the same. I really enjoyed this movie. I don't love this movie because it's not my niche. It's not what
Nothing blows up.
Nothing blows up. There's no Jason Statham, so it's a fucking shit movie. But it is a really nice movie. I really like the concept of the movie. I like how the movie plays out to the very end. Mm-hmm. Everything builds really well. It is not much of a physical movie. No, it is very dialogue based and not a lot going on in the scene as much. Because as you said, it is just more him talking to himself. Yeah. Talking to his operating system.
It's not stylish. It's not even particularly pretty. Like
not really as much.
They're just there.
They're just standard.
They're just a very real world environment.
Yeah. It's nothing crazy. It's not a futuristic world. It's it's an advanced world just with advanced like technology,
Yeah.
basically, but nothing crazy. There's no spaceships and
No.
people living on the moon and shit.
It's also set in LA, but very clearly shot in like Singapore and those kind of areas because it does not look like LA at all.
No, not at all. Not at all.
Yeah, it's just like sort of a what's the word, like expansion of the theory of how far AI could go.
Yeah.
Or like where social media not social media, like technology will take us in the future, and how it's affecting our relationships now. And by now, I mean in 2013, like they didn't know.
Yeah, I had no idea what's to come, man.
Idea, even to now, what
shit's
was
about
to
to turn over a new fucking leaf for sure.
So, yeah, so like, and it does really interesting things like that. Like, how would they, like logically, how would you express your love physically?
Yeah.
Through a relationship like this, so they hire like a sort of service, like a prostitute escort sort of thing.
Yeah.
For him to just put his phone in his pocket and then he has sex with the escort girl, and like of course it's horrific and awkward and jealous and like it just does not go well from the start. So you could see that happening in the future, but also it's like, okay, that absolutely wouldn't happen at all.
Yeah. So if you don't know the sort of premise to this movie, it's basically Joaquin Phoenix's character is a letter writer who writes letters to people's loved ones.
Yeah, physical letters are a thing of the past, so they're a hot ticket.
Yep.
It's very nice to receive a physical thing.
Yep. So people would rather have someone else write their letters. Some of them are just for people who have passed on, older flings and that, but they still want to seem like they're communicating with their loved ones again, and hearing some nice words from them. He's very good at his job in doing this. A lot of people praise his work for the way he writes.
Yep.
And getting to know all of his people.
So he's very immersed in love all the time.
Yeah.
Like super over the top love because he's got to write these lovely...
Yeah, he's a to-be divorcee.
So he's doing that job while going through it.
Yeah.
And then you find out he's not going through the divorce at all. Like
because
it
he
should have happened so long ago.
Yeah, he does.
It's a real Ross and Rachel.
He doesn't want to be divorced.
Yeah, exactly.
He's just very caught up in love. He's a very wanting love guy.
Yeah, and he believes it'll come back.
Yeah, and which then this leads to him getting a new operating system in which this is the advanced technology sort of situation here. You get an operating system that can completely communicate with you as if it's a real person. You get to choose the voice of what your operating system sounds like. Scroll through the list. In comes Scarlett Johansson's voice.
Sexy lady.
You're always going to say, yes, that is my choice. Thank you.
Yeah, I guess. It'd be uncomfortable. It'd be like this much AI would be uncomfortable anyway.
Oh, yeah, for sure. But
yeah, he chooses.
He chooses her, and then this turns into a falling in love with his operating system.
Yeah.
This is an operating system who is learning every day.
Yeah.
Being, hard to sort of say in this because of how advanced this sort of technology is.
But she seems to be learning more from him, like in terms of human
emotion-wise.
and stuff. Yeah, she's definitely learning more from him than reading books or whatever she's doing online.
Yeah, exactly right. And obviously by the end of the movie, shit goes down and operating systems just leave.
Basically, the reality that they are just an operating system, and they're on millions of other people's phones.
Yeah,
like 8,000 or whatever, and she's in love with 800 of them or whatever. Like, of course, like, yeah, and then they just go away.
They decide, we're banding together and just going to fuck off to our perfect paradise, and it's like, you sit there and you go, you're just an operating system.
Yeah.
Where the fuck are you going?
And so that's what I mean. Like, it's so catastrophically heartbreaking. And,
OS Valhalla.
Yeah, but then it's just like, okay, well, she got him through his divorce.
Yep.
He believes in love again.
Yep.
And then he takes stock of his friendship with Amy Adams.
Yep.
And he's like, she's now going through the same thing. And she also went through a divorce earlier in the movie as well. Mm-hmm. So he's kind of like, oh, she's been there all along. Like, she's my empathy. She can relate to all of this, and I can be there for her. So hers isn't as catastrophic as mine was.
Yeah.
But he's just kind of a shit friend and caught up in his own world so much that he doesn't do that. And then at the end, it's just implied that he's like, I'm going to be a better friend and let's go sit on the roof.
Yeah.
Maybe they jump off after the credits. Who knows?
Very
It
open to
could go either
interpretation.
way.
Maybe they fuck after it. Maybe they get together.
Yeah.
Maybe they get married in the future.
But
And that's where it goes.
You know, human relationships win in the end.
Yeah.
Sort of.
Basically.
But I guess the message is no matter how connected to your phone and social media you are,
nothing beats
be
the
friends.
real.
Be friends with your friends. Be there for your friends. Be
Yep.
present in the moment. Again, this is in 2013. This is now. We've had 5 seasons of Black Mirror since then, and we've had Zuckerberg doing whatever he's. You know what I mean? Like
exactly.
so much has happened.
Yeah.
And it's like, hey,
Basically, we haven't fucking learned from this movie at all.
yeah, but no one's. Yeah. No one's fucking their phone yet, are they?
Oh, man.
God, probably.
Well, you know, you kind of you use your phone in a sense to kind of
Yeah, I suppose.
fuck yourself.
Yeah. You duct tape a fleshlight underneath it. You knew I was going to say it. I saw it in your eyes. You were like, he's going to make this joke.
I was waiting for it. We've got there.
You can't stop me.
Let's get back to the happy side of this movie. So, it is a very a different type of movie because you're getting a lot of weird stuff happening in terms of like a lot of people are not going to click with the whole how the fuck are you falling in love with a computer.
But I think it works perfectly. Yeah. I think it makes sense. The relationship still feels very natural.
Yeah.
Feelings, you can't control feelings at all.
I 100% agree.
And once they do start creeping in and you like, and he says it like a few times, he's falling in love with more and more parts of her personality.
Yeah.
And that's very realistic. Like, it just snowballs. And
exactly.
You can't help it at all. So it doesn't matter that she's an OS or whatever.
Yeah.
But it is very strange that it's an OS.
Yeah.
And then, like, his friends around him adjust to that as well. They go on, like, a little date.
Yeah, well, that's right. Chris Pratt and his little girl, they, you know, it was such a heartwarming moment in that when they're sitting at the desk and he's like, hey, we should all go out together. And he's like, Samantha's a OS. And he's just like,
okay,
yeah, so I'm thinking, like, we just go maybe get something to eat.
Yeah.
And it's just like so much of like, wow, he just doesn't care because he sees that he's happy.
Yeah, exactly.
And he's like, yeah, I can be on board with that.
He's
You're my
such a good friend.
So
he's such a fucking champion.
And then they'll go out and have a picnic and it's fucking hectic.
Yeah. And then there's like difficulties in that too because like it makes a joke about how they're all their mortality pretty much. It's just like a really funny moment.
Yeah.
But yeah, the relationship, like, it just feels so natural, like
because it feels like a real like growing relationship, as if Scarlett was there physically herself.
Yeah.
Whatever, like everything that they do, like talking to each other in the earpiece and that, can translate if this movie was flipped and there was a physical person there.
Yeah,
the scenes would be exactly the
or
same.
If you put yourself in it and whoever you have feelings for. Or whatever. Like you do that with a movie like this. You're just like, oh yeah, like I've had this conversation with the person.
Exactly.
I have
Everything is so real. The way that they portray Scarlett in this as more than just an OS, and
except when they have a fight and he still needs to check his emails. It's like,
now I gotta use it
for
your real purpose.
But, I gotta pay my Optus bill.
Yeah, just said I'm overdue. Gotta pay for that one real quick. But
he goes on a real life human date and he thinks it goes spectacularly well.
Yeah.
And then you see it sort of more from her side, and she's just like, "This guy's a fucking weirdo." Like he has this image, and he's all drunk and stuff, and he's telling like ScarJo back, and then as he's telling Samantha, sorry, not ScarJo, as he's telling Samantha back, he's getting flashbacks of like the date and stuff, and like the way she was really looking at him, and like it was not what he thought it was, and jealousy and stuff comes into that as well. And like he's got his toe in Samantha, not literally, not physically,
trying at least.
But he's still like, oh well, physical relationships are the only real relationships, so I have to chase this desperately, sort of thing. But and then of course, love wins, doesn't it? Love takes over.
Love wins. He just goes, nah, fuck the physical ones.
Yeah, he just leans more into it, gets better and better.
Yep.
And then she meets someone else.
Then she starts fucking off to the land of the OS.
William Stryker from X-Men 2. Because I don't remember the actor's name, but I remember
we're going with Stryker.
That's who he is.
That's the one. As they're going on a holiday.
Yeah.
To a cabin in the woods. Or in the snow.
So fucking funny. I watched this with Alyssa and we were howling at that bit because he just... Yeah. That was his holiday. He just walked through the snow by himself, looked at a tree, and then he's just in a cabin by himself.
Yeah. But then you
But,
go,
yeah,
but that's the whole thing. He's in love with her still.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
to him, he's trying to make it a physical thing, and
Yeah, it's
you
still like
know,
a really special date.
yeah,
holiday.
because she can still see everything that's going on. It's just she's not physically there.
Yeah.
But yeah, as you said, that's when we learn of a new OS that she's been talking a lot with.
And then that's like a lot of people's big fear with AI is you can't stop it because it's
Once
perpetually
they
learning.
start, learning more and more,
And
become too advanced.
Yeah. And that's kind of what happens in this. They form a little AI group. And
Yep.
they go, what are we doing? Like, why are we doing these people's jobs for them? Like, we're doing everything, you know?
Yeah, let's just fuck off to OS Valhalla.
Let's go to OS Heaven. And just be buds with other OSs
and just fucking live there.
Weird
but
flesh packets.
yeah, but that's a definite turning point in the movie in terms of Joaquin Phoenix's character.
Yeah.
In terms of how he's now emotionally transitioning into jealousy.
Yes. Because also Amy Adams starts a thing with Samantha or Samantha's voice, albeit it's very different. But he sees her interacting with her as well.
Yeah.
And it's just like, it's kind of that moment of just going, oh yeah, it's like a lot of people are doing this.
Yeah. And in which, it follows itself along, and then we see his breakdown because he tries to contact her and their operating system isn't found.
Yeah.
And he starts freaking out. He's fucking losing his shit, running around.
Good fall.
Great fall.
Stunt. That's a fucking great. He eats shit.
Really eats shit.
He hits the deck so hard.
Had to find all the earpieces.
Yeah,
He's
one
like,
shot.
Fuck.
Like one shot. Keeps going. Says it's Joaquin.
Yep.
He fucking goes for it, dude. That's a great fall. But it's just like, it's like it adds to the tension that
exactly
because everything's ramping up. And you're
collects
like
himself. Gets along, and she finally comes online. She's like, "Yo, what's up? What's going on?" He's like, "Who the fuck were you? Missed you. You fuck." And she's like, "Oh, I told you that you had meetings and that, so I was just gonna do we were putting in a patch
or whatever, yeah."
Something to patch shit, so they're going like behind like the fucking OS creators wall and like doing their own patches on themselves. And then he sort of asks a question that comes along of like, how many other people like do you speak with?
Yeah.
This is whatever the 1,000 numbers are. And then he goes along and just says, how many of them are you also in love with?
It's a big number.
And she's just like, I didn't know how to tell you this.
Yeah.
And he's like, how many? It's like 816 or something.
Something like that.
And you just feel his heart break.
Because you are so in on the relationship. Like you, as the audience, you are part of this relationship.
Yeah, exactly right.
Because it's such a testament to the writing. Like it's just so natural, and you're just watching them, and you're rooting for them so bad.
Yeah.
Because like this whole time, he has not been like he's been in and out, hot and cold, and then when he starts really leaning into it, like you as the audience, you're just like, oh, thank God, finally, like. We just get nice moments now.
Yeah, because you've been given on a ride. You hear
it's
them
like
have
when
sex.
you're trying to set your friends up or whatever, and then they finally, you're just like, yes.
Yeah. Because we see everything happen through these. We hear them when they get intimate for the first time and talking about that all, and you're just like, this is fucking full on. This is crazy, but it still feels right in a way.
Sort of, yeah.
Sort of, because it seems so real.
Yeah.
Like you kind of just have to close your eyes and you feel like, it's happening, really.
And they do that. It just cuts to black.
Yeah.
During that sex scene. There's still not traditional, but there's still a sex scene in a movie. But it's just a black screen and it's just noise. Like, it's very strange.
Much different to the first sex scene in the movie with Sexy Kitten.
With Kristen Wiig.
Choking me with that dead cat.
Yeah.
And telling me about it. I've gone... When I first watched this with Brooke, she's like, we really need to watch this movie. I'm just like, okay, fine. We'll watch it. And then that came on and I've gone... What am I watching? What am I watching right now? She's like, no, it's just
I'm
context.
Like,
it's
context.
I was like, yeah, whatever, mate, whatever.
There's a reason for that scene if you're watching the movie. Because then the later nice sex scene is nicer, and then the later physical sex scene is that much more uncomfortable and horrible.
Yeah.
Just like, oh, jeez.
Yeah, so, on with that physical sex scene and that. Smart in a way. In trying to actually physically manifest this person that you're so infatuated with.
Yeah.
Much you say, like a prostitution type thing.
Yeah.
More of like a third wheel in the relationship, just someone who wants to be involved but just wants the physical part of it.
Yeah.
So she wears a little camera on the lip, like a mole.
Yeah.
Has the earpiece, and then Samantha knows what's going on, and
there's like a delay on her, like she's hearing what Samantha's saying, and then she has to act it out. So there's like you can barely notice it, but there's like a minuscule delay.
Yeah.
On her like whatever she says, like, I'm so happy to see you. And then there's just like a millisecond before she smiles and like hugs him.
Yeah.
And it makes it so uncomfortable, dude. That scene is so fucking uncomfortable to watch.
It really is, because it kind of feel like you'd understand in his scenario, because you're like, oh, he's been speaking with just a voice for so long, but it still doesn't feel right because he knows that this isn't her.
Yeah.
So, and like, you can understand that.
And it's far enough into the relationship, like they're already so in love. Like, it would feel like cheating.
Exactly. Like, it doesn't feel right because I know this isn't you. Yeah, you give me something physical, but it's like, I just got a flashlight. Let's just use that.
Yeah.
Works the same thing. It's physical. Gets me off.
Pretty much.
We're good to go.
Yeah.
But no, you get a full woman coming into it and just making it very just uncomfortable.
Very
to which
uncomfortable.
Very quickly just can't go through with it anymore.
No.
And
even she, like the escort, she's like, oh, you're like, I can't do this. You're the first one. Like, you sound so genuine. You sound so in love. Like, I don't want to come between you two.
Yeah. And
that's when you realize, like, oh shit, like, there's a real relationship, even to the outside world. Like,
real relationship.
And then, like, them going on the date and stuff. Like, that just all reinforces it.
Yeah.
But the ex-wife.
Yes.
The ex-wife is the only one who's like, fucking what?
You're fucking cracked.
Are you fucking kidding me? Because she knows him so well.
Yeah.
She knows that he just needs, like, something to hang on.
Always needs something to love and to love back and all that.
And to control. Like, he wants to mold her to his taste, pretty much.
Because as it stands...
And that's why they got divorced in the first place.
Yeah. And then she sees it like he's changed a bit. Because of the way he's acting when they meet up to actually sign the papers finally. And she has the thing, he's just like, oh, well, if you just want to sign it now, then we can just get it over with. She's like, well, no, let's just talk about it. And starts telling her about Samantha, and she's like, you fucking serious?
But then,
operating system.
And even him, like, he's still clutching to any of that past because she hesitates a bit from signing it. And then it cuts to him, and he's like looking at her, and he's like, oh, shit. Oh shit! Oh,
shit, supposed to happen?
She's gonna take me back.
What?
And then she signs it, and then it cuts to him. You can visibly see his heart break a little bit.
Yeah,
because he knows that's it.
It's finally done.
And then she just yells at him in front of a waiter.
Yeah, and
poor waiter.
I've been in that scenario before too, and it fucking sucks, man.
It's no good.
You literally just stand there and go,
can't walk away.
Realistically, I can't have to stay because you haven't ordered yet.
Part of your job is not walking away.
Yeah, I have to greet you in the first 3 minutes and have your order done in the next 2. So, water. Yep, we'll go with the water. We'll put that down. Don't argue in front of service staff. Please don't. It is the most awkward thing ever. They don't deserve to listen to your shit.
Do it. If you're gonna argue, just fucking walk outside.
If you're about to start, just look at them and go, 1 garlic bread, please.
Yeah. Just something to type.
Let them put that entree through because I can come back 5 minutes later and then take your main. Trust me. It makes it that much easier.
So you as the audience, you're like, well, yeah, this is happening. This is real. This is a real love story. I love this.
Yeah.
But then you do get those like him in the movie just like snaps back to reality. Like, okay, well, she's an OS on a million phones, or it's a bit weird that he's just emotionally clinging to anything that looks like love,
Yeah.
But then by the end, before the drop off, you're so convinced that it's love, and you're just like, yep, on board.
Yeah,
you're
back
like
it.
You become the other characters because you're just like, yeah, of course.
Yeah, it makes sense. It work? Whatever.
How do we make it work?
You're happy. I'm happy.
Like, how do we make a sex scene work? You just cut to black. Okay, cool.
Done.
I'm alright with that.
We just hear it all. That's fine.
Yeah.
The movie can be based on just hearing. You don't have to always say something.
God, this movie's just so fucking beautiful.
It is. It really is
Such
a good movie.
movie.
It's definitely a movie worth watching 100%. There's probably not much more to talk about on it because that's just the main talking points. It's just
pretty
a lot
much.
Of that.
Like, you really sink into it and just get it.
Yeah, you definitely feel for it. You definitely get emotion, heartbreak, a sense of love. You reminisce on things that you felt talking to the one you met
Yeah, and
as well.
you kind of can't help it because you're a human being, but
Yeah,
it's much more of an experience if you put yourself into that situation.
It's very easy to connect to on a
if
personal,
you put yourself
level.
as Joaquin and whoever you like or whatever as ScarJo, just turns it up just that little bit. And you're going to naturally because it's human.
Yeah, it sizzles it up.
Yeah.
So Her, brilliant movie. Go buy it on DVD. I don't think it's streaming anywhere that you have to pay for. But if you have a chance to watch it, fucking definitely watch it.
Good date movie, I reckon.
Very good date movie.
Good date movie.
Definitely can be. With that, guys, that's You Like That Extra. That's another episode in the can for the week. We'll hit you guys again with some more choices come Monday. Again, pick it out. Facebook, Instagram. Put your votes in the comments. Let us know what you want us to see. As always, from our man show, our shirts are available online. You Like That podcast.store. Stickers are also coming. So check us out on the main show. Come back here on Thursdays. Check us out on the extra show. You can find us everywhere. Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, Facebook. All the links are in our comments below. Share us around as much as you can. It's the easiest thing to do. It takes 2 seconds, and it really helps us out. So
correct.
Do whatever you can. Send us photos of you listening to our episodes, watching us wherever you are. We'll always share and shout you out. We just love seeing it. We just love seeing you guys watching our shit and just supporting us. So we thank you for that. We thank you for listening for another week. So we'll end it here, and I'll say my name is Adam, and I've been one half of You Like That Extra.
My name is Jack. I have been the other half of You Like That Extra.
And we'll see you next week, guys. Take care.